Howdy folks, welcome to Katie Phillips Scrapbook Designs. I'm Katie and this is my little crafty nook. And today we're going to work on the matting for pages 1 and 2 in the wedding album. I haven't decided what the name of this wedding album is going to be. But it is a wedding themed album. And we are going to be matting doing the matting and decoration for pages 1 and 2. And I've also got an assortment of little extras that I found at my local Dollar Tree, of all things. Some laser cut chipboard. There was a fourth one in here. These little chalkboard clothespin pieces. I was playing with it earlier to test it out and see how I liked it. And these little chalkboard hearts and some bling. For now, we're going to set these aside. The paper for this album is the Wedding Bliss by Karina Gardner for Echo Park. And I think you can probably also get this in crepe paper. But I will put the links for the Echo Park collection in the description box down below if it's still available on Amazon or scrapbook.com or wherever. I've also selected a couple of solids from my stash that I think are going to work really well with this collection. And this collection, I have the mega pack, which means I also have some of the solids from the collection, although they're not exactly solid. They've got this texture, which is quite lovely. In one of my earlier videos, I mentioned that I would have a challenge with this particular wedding and the embellishment pieces in this collection kit. And I asked, if anybody might have an idea of what that challenge is going to be. There's no prize for guessing what the challenge is. The challenge is that there's no groom for this wedding. The two people getting married are one of them is a woman I work with and her longtime girlfriend. And there's not a lot available in the scrapbooking community for same-sex marriages. We will be using plenty of the bride theme stuff, and I'll have to find another solution for the stuff that like the bride and groom. All right, let's get started with some of the larger matting pieces. And I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I had a situation where I accidentally oversprayed a different project that I was working on, and it ended up splattering onto this project. And I have got it covered up here with some white acrylic paint, at least around the edges where I'm probably going to be mounting something or matting something. That was the solution if you ever end up in a situation where you're like, oops, I forgot to protect my other project. White acrylic paint goes a long way. All right, so let's get started with the matting here. So the base pages are 7 1/4 by 7 3/4. So the mat is going to be 7 by 7 1/2. So I'm going to trim a couple of mats out of solid cardstock to 7 by 7 1/2. I need one. I'm going to leave this blank. So I need 1, 2. I'm going to leave that blank. So I need 2 of those. Okay, I'm also going to need a couple of larger mats. I'm going to need one there and one here. Let's measure this one, 7 1/4. 6 3/4, so I need 7 by 6 1/2. Let's go with this paper. It's a little bit on the darker side. And let's make this cut first. Let's go with 6.5. Seven. I'm just going to slide that in there. And for this piece, what do we want? I think this is 6.5 squared. Yep, so we want 6.25 by 6.25. So that I don't lose track of what is going where. So I need one piece that is 6.25 by 6.25, and I think I want to use one of the solids for this. And now I need a mat for this pocket. I'm going to switch this up. Take that one out. That goes there. That goes there. Otherwise it's pink on pink, and that's just a little too much pink. That is 2 3/4. 7 3/4. So we want 2.5 by 7.5. I'm going to use a scrap from one of the mats that we cut previously. This definitely needs a mat to cover the magnet, so that's going to be 7.25 by 3. So I want 7.5 by 7.5 by 2.5. No, it should be 7 by 2.5. Ooh, that should have been 2 3/4. Yeah, that should have been 2 3/4. Let's use this piece. We're going to go down to 2 3/4. 7. And I think we're going to be double matting this piece. So we're going to cut one mat. This is 3 1/4. So we're going to cut one mat to 3 3/8. This is 4 1/4. So we're going to go to 4 3/8. So 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And normally I wouldn't be this particular about the measurement. However, when we're down to like 1/8 of an inch, being off by a little bit changes everything a lot. So there is, that's 3 3/8. That's too big. Oh, it should be 3/16. So I'm gonna eyeball halfway. You know what, I'm just gonna go down to 3 1/8. By 4 1/8. And if this is your first time tuning in and you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because the measurements up here at the top are not exactly right on this trimmer, but the measurements down here are. And one last cut. Since this is going to be page number 1, I think it would be a good place to kind of start a story. Now the question is, which one do I want to use? I think I want to use this one. I was going to use When It's Love at First Sight, but I think I'm going to start with Once Upon a Time, just because you're opening the book and it's, well, you know, I'm looking at the cover here, and the cover has this tip in. But you know, I really think I like the Once Upon a Time on the right, and we can put the When It's Love at First Sight on the tip in. I need to just trim just like a hair off the bottom. I'm saving all of my scraps because I will probably need most of them. All right, let's get everything glued down. do need to cut one more mat, and it's going to be 3/4 of an inch wide by 6.5 inches tall. And I'm trying to decide what paper I want to use for this. I think since it's only going to be 3/4 of an inch wide, this is going to be fine even with the references to the groom. I have no idea if there's I've got no idea if there are any groom references on here or not, simply because I can't see enough of it to really tell. So just going to slide this. Trying to get this slid under the band that holds the sliding mechanism down to the strap here. There we go. And the last piece to adhere down for page number 1 is just this full page mat. And I want to make sure that they have plenty of room for photographs, which is why I'm not just, matting everything. Don't want to add too much bulk. All that good stuff. It's kind of ironic that I'm using a Hallmark gift card as my little cutting tool, since I really don't buy gift cards or cards. Well, I buy gift cards, but I don't buy greeting cards anymore. Needless to say, that's a very old Hallmark. Actually, that's not a gift card, that's a reward card. That's a very old one. Oh, and this was the page where we had a little bit of weirdness going on with the measurement, so I'm actually gonna have to come back and trim. Ugh. Okay, you know what? Instead of trimming, I'm going to remove the adhesive or unstickify. Just gonna use a little, this is the EK Success powder tool, and I'm just gonna use that to coat the adhesive with, I think it's baby powder, so that it's no longer sticky. And we are done with page number 1. We're gonna get started matting page number 2. And I actually left this waterfall here to be matted. Why didn't I just stick this down? Probably because I didn't want to cut into the pattern paper. For this page, I want to start by matting this gatefold first. I want to do it in such a way that when it's closed, there's not going to be this white strip down the center. So I'm gonna trim this down to 7 by 7.5 and then cut the 7-inch side at 3.5 inches. So I've got 2 pieces that are going to go right in there. They're going to go right up against the edge. This piece is 6 3/4. I think that's squared. Yep, 6 3/4. So we want to do 6.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with this, I think. But you know what? I am going to mat this, and I'm going to mat this with solid cardstock. And I think I want the tan again. 6.5. By 6.5. And we need mats for these little triangles here. I think these are 3.5. I think that's 3.5 also. Yep, 3.5. So that'll work. I'm cutting this down to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I'm going to slice diagonally by lining up the corners with the blade. And double check this fit here. That looks perfect. And then for the back, we're gonna want one of the solid colors, but I want one of the ones from the collection. So we're gonna go with this one's going to be 7 by 7.5. That's going to be for the back here. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? I think we're only going to be able to fit 7. So let me do a fit real quick. Actually, we're only going to be able to fit 6. So we need 6 at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And we're going to do solid cardstock for those. So that's 6 1/4. And then since it's 8.5 inches wide, we should just be able to cut that at 4 1/4. And now we've got 6 pieces at the right measurement. And several scraps to save for later. So I'm going to set these aside for a sec. Let's go ahead and tape these down. on earth did I just do? Oh my God.
Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, la-la-la. Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, la-la-la.
Okay, I think that's going to do it for this video. I have done a little bit of embellishing with some of the little die cuts and stickers from the collection. Added this sticker from one of the sticker sheets, a couple of little heart stickers down here because I originally had this section down here and realized that it was going to interfere with closure, so I had to move it, and there were a couple of little spots right here that I needed to cover up. And another little sticker from the collection. I think I'm gonna add some crystal drops, Nuvo Drops right there, just to add a little something else right there. A sticker from the collection again down here. This little tag is from the die cut sheet, as is this little section right here, and I just taped it down to a 65-pound piece of, I think that's 3.5 by 4.5. And I did just a little bit of embellishing here. I used some jewel border stickers. These are from the Dollar Tree. So if you have a Dollar Tree nearby, go ahead and check it out and see if those are available. It's your Dollar Tree. And for the pop dots, I used more Dollar Tree supplies. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I post every Sunday and Wednesday. The materials that you can purchase online will be listed in the description box down below, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.